O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Arise, O Lord, in thine anger, lift up thyself because of the rage of mine enemies, and awake for me to the judgment that thou hast commanded. Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thine anger. The Lord shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. Hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O God of my salvation. For his anger endureth but a moment. In his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Cease from anger, and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. There is no soundness in my flesh because of thine anger, neither is there any rest in my bones because of my sin. Shall they escape by iniquity? In thine anger cast down the people, O God. Pour out thine indignation upon them, and let thy wrathful anger take hold of them. O God, why hast thou cast us off forever? Why doth thine anger smoke against the sheep of thy pasture? Hath God forgotten to be gracious? Hath he in anger shut up his tender mercies? Selah. But he, being full of compassion, forgave their iniquity, and destroyed them not. Yea, many a time turned he his anger away, and did not stir up all his wrath. The Lord is merciful and gracious, slow to anger and plenteous in mercy. He will not always chide, neither will he keep his anger forever. The Lord is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger and of great mercy. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. A wrathful man stirreth up strife, but he that is slow to anger appeaseth strife. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. The discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it is his glory to pass over a transgression. The fear of a king is as the roaring of a lion. Whoso provoketh him to anger sinneth against his own soul. A gift in secret pacifieth anger, and a reward in the bosom strong wrath. He that soweth iniquity shall reap vanity, and the rod of his anger shall fail. Wrath is cruel, and anger is outrageous, but who is able to stand before envy? Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. The Lord is slow to anger, and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. And when he had looked round about on them with anger, being grieved for the hardness of their hearts, he saith unto the man, Stretch forth thine hand. And he stretched it out, and his hand was restored whole as the other. But I say, did not Israel know? First Moses saith, I will provoke you to jealousy by them that are no people, and by a foolish nation I will anger you, among whom also we all had our conversation in times past in the lusts of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. Be ye angry, and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Let all bitterness and wrath, and anger and clamor, and evil speaking be put away from you, with all malice. Let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. For which things' sake the wrath of God cometh on the children of disobedience. But now ye also put off all these, anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication, out of your mouth. For God hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Jesus Christ. I will therefore that men pray everywhere, lifting up holy hands, without wrath and doubting. So I swear in my wrath, they shall not enter into my rest. For we which have believed do enter into rest, as he said, As I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured, as seeing him who is invisible. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. For the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of God.